Hello, folks, and, well, today I want to go over some of my thoughts from Star Wars Celebration. So Celebration, overall, I think was a pretty good experience. It was a lot of fun. I only went for one day, which was kind of disappointing. I probably should have done more, but at the time I was like, well, I don't know what's going to be going on a year from now. Because, I ended up having to order my tickets like a year ahead of time, just to make sure that I could go on Saturday. Anyways, so what are my thoughts? Well, Celebration as a whole, I think, shows that Star Wars fans are definitely very eager. This is interesting. Star Wars fans are definitely very eager to, I guess, have the franchise redeem itself from The Last Jedi. Don't get me wrong, The Last Jedi had some decent parts to it, but overall it was definitely a very divisive movie, which ultimately, I mean, it was just bad for the community overall. So where do we go from here? Well, with any with any luck, episode 9 is going to actually be good. The little teaser reveal at the end of the trailer, don't want to say anything if you haven't seen it, definitely opens up a lot of, I guess, possibility there. But yeah, we'll see what happens. I'm also eager to see what Fallen Order is going to be like. Jedi Fallen Order, for those who haven't seen, is supposed to be a game taking place after Order 66, where you follow a Jedi Padawan and, try to survive in the post-Empire or the post-Republic era. Now, I will say I'm a little concerned that 7 months before release, we didn't actually get any gameplay from the panel that showed Fallen Order. All we got was just a story trailer, which, it was nice, but I would hope to see some gameplay pretty soon. So hopefully at E3 this year, they'll actually debut gameplay and we can actually see it in person. I'm hopeful that it's not going to end up being one of those games where it has a short story, kind of like how Force Unleashed was. I mean, Force Unleashed had a good story, but it was short. So, yeah, it definitely, especially Force Unleashed 2, was not worth $60 at release. So, take that as you will. I'm hopeful that they'll do a better job with the story. From what I understand, gameplay is supposed to be like a kind of like a fighting, not a fighting game, but like, my sense is that it's going to be similar to God of War, kind of, with everything that's been described of it, which overall may be a pretty decent game. Again, depends on how they do it and all that. I also have questions that weren't answered as far as, like, for example, here, I'm using Dark Force powers. Are we going to be able to use Dark Force powers in the game? Or are we just going to be limited to the light side? Things like Force Push, mind tricks, and all that. What's the extent of that? What are we going to be able to do? Because, after, well, let's see, The Force Unleashed 2 came out, I want to say 2010? So it's been almost 10 years since we've had a game that you can, like, really go at it as a Jedi. Yeah, there's EA's Battlefront, which has some nice moments, but at the same time, it still doesn't fill that itch of being like a Jedi powerhouse. Now, I don't expect to be a powerhouse, like, at the very start of the game. After all, you're just a Padawan who's escaped Order 66. But I would hope by the end of the game that you can actually, mess some stuff up. But we'll see what happens. I will say one of my more entertaining events from the panel, or not from the panel, from Saturday, one of the panels, was a little Let's Play that occurred with Sam Witwer, Daniel Logan, Anthony Carboni from the Star Wars Show, the girl who played Iden Versio from EA's Battlefront 2. I don't remember her name right now. But, yeah, overall, I think that was, like, pretty much what they did, they had all of those figures there, and they were all playing just Star Wars games on the PS4. It was a very little entertaining experience. I enjoyed it. And it was nice to get, you know, some feedback from them as far as, you know, when they were playing their roles and that sort of thing. And also just some of the behind the scenes, I guess, interactions. I know one of the funny moments, they were playing Racer Revenge, which is the second little pod racer game that came out. Originally came out on PS2, but one of the things that they were talking about while playing that is Daniel Logan, who plays young Boba Fett in Star Wars Episode 2. He mentioned having to, while playing the old pod racer game with Jake Lloyd, who played the young Anakin, he mentioned kind of having to let Jake win because he was kicking Jake Lloyd's ass. And Jake Lloyd, being Anakin, should have been, you know, the premier pod racer. Well, apparently it wasn't so. Maybe that is why he got into trouble later on, because Daniel Logan kicked his ass in the pod racer game. But yeah, those are just some of my thoughts from Star Wars Celebration. I'm definitely eager to see where Star Wars goes. I know there's been talk in, I guess, the post-Solo era that we may not actually end up getting a new set of movies for the time being. We'll see how that works out. Not entirely sure, but we'll see. But Disney's streaming service definitely looks like it's being, or at least trying to be competitive, with Netflix especially. Price point seems good. They have a lot of content from everything I've seen so far. Definitely the new series of, or new season of the Clone Wars, as well as The Mandalorian, are both going to be a big draw for Star Wars fans. So we'll see what happens. So thanks for watching, folks. Also, I have recently reached Twitch affiliates. Good news is, you know, I can accept subs and all that on Twitch. Bad news is I can only exclusively stream to Twitch at least 24 hours ahead of time, or 24 hours after the stream. So I'm not entirely sure what to do there. I could do YouTube exclusive streams. Not entirely sure if I want to do that though. Again, I've been kind of focusing more on Twitch lately, but trying to do little videos for YouTube here. Let me know in the comments below what you think I should do. Should I perhaps upload my streams from Twitch over to YouTube here? Should I try to edit them down? Although I was thinking about that, and the problem with that is just, at least for the time being, I'm going to have a really busy schedule. That's why on Twitch I'm not going to have much of a, I guess, set streaming schedule for the time being, at least not the next 2 months. But I am going to at least try to do one YouTube video a week for the time being, at least to hold people over. So next week should be continuing Morrowind, so we'll continue with that. Once I finish up Morrowind, I'm not entirely sure, so feel free to leave some ideas below, whether it's about what to do as far as Twitch streaming goes, or, well, putting Twitch streams onto YouTube here, or if I should perhaps try a different game for YouTube here after Morrowind. Let me know. Alright folks, thanks for watching, and I will see you all later.